Okay, calling to order Ways and Means. This meeting, including the audio and video of remote participants, is being streamed live on YouTube. You will find links to viewing options for all Senate meetings on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature's website. In the unlikely event we have to abruptly end this hearing due to major technical difficulties, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business tomorrow, February 15, 10:45 a.m. in Committee Room 211. This is decision-making. No oral testimony will be taken for these measures. If you're interested in reviewing the written testimony, please go to the legislature's website. You will find a link on the status page for the measure. So we need 2 more. So we're going to recess. Oops. Yeah, that's what we gotta. Okay, reconvening. So we're at SB 2959. The recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt LRB tech amendments, adopt DOE tax amendment for a definition for medical care and define it as it is defined in sections 213D1A and 213D9 of the Internal Revenue Code, and amend subsection B by specifying that travel expense must be primarily for and essential to medical care, clarifying that expenses for which the taxpayer received compensation for do not qualify, adding a definition for dependent and defining it as defined in section 152 of the IRS Code, determined without regard to the subsections B1, B2, and D1B thereof for the purposes of this subsection, and effecting the date to 2050. Any discussion?
Sure, I don't have the time to look this one out.
Yeah, so no, you wanna tell us what you did?
Medical definition for medical care is of the Internal Revenue Code, just briefly.
Yeah, we're kind of we're trying to come up with a definition for medical care. So what we decided to do was there was one under the Internal Revenue Code that we thought suited
Yeah,
the
but what does it
intent.
say? What is it?
Dude, I forgot my glasses. That's why I can like.
Yeah, medical care under IRC section 213 are defined to include amounts paid for diagnosis, care, cure, mitigation, treatment, or prevention of disease, or for the purpose of affecting any structure or function of the body, and excludes cosmetic surgery or other similar procedures unless necessary to ameliorate a deformity from a congenital abnormality, personal injury resulting from an accident or trauma, or a disfiguring disease.
So what about LASIK surgery? Would that be covered?
I would imagine that that would be elective type cosmetic surgery, but
Yeah.
and we could always provide or clarify things in admin roles too if we needed to.
Yes.
The amendment to subsection B, clarifying that expenses for which the taxpayer received compensation for do not qualify. But for expenses that come at year end, you don't get the bill to the following year. What happens then? And you don't know if you're going to get reimbursed, right? Because of you have to make a claim.
But the timing would match up because it's a credit.
It is a credit for, cost incurred, but I guess Senator Kidani, your concern is they might not know if it's going to be covered before filing for taxes after the.
Correct.
I mean,
I
honestly, I
guess
haven't
they would
really
have to check with you guys, I guess.
thought about that,
could be
but yeah, I'm
part-
sure we could put some kind of safety.
Yeah, so instead of clarifying the expenses for which the taxpayer received or will be compensated. Or will, you know what I'm saying? I
Okay.
think you need to clarify that it's not money in hand, but money you know you're going to get reimbursed for.
It's not reimbursement, it's just a income tax credit. It's not
Tax credit.
reimbursement, it's just a tax credit. So they gotta pay them out.
No, but you can do that through rules, like you said.
Yeah, I think so. We could provide guidance.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that you can better effectuate
Yeah.
the credit. Okay. Okay. Chair votes aye.
Okay, Senator 2959. Chair votes aye, Vice Chair votes aye, Senator Aquino.
Aye.
Senator Coy, excuse, Senator Hashimoto, excuse, Senator Inoue, excuse, Senator Kanuba.
Aye.
Senator Kidani.
Aye.
Senator Kim.
Aye.
Senator Lee.
Aye.
Senator Shimabukuro, excuse, Senator Wafai, excuse, and Senator Phil. Excuse, recommendation to have.
Thank you. Adjourn. And then following the 10:01 agenda to order. So we have two items. These are short form bills. The first item is Senate Bill 582. Recommendation is to pass with amendments, adopt the proposed SD1 and recommit the bill back to committee. Any discussion? Not Chair votes aye.
That's the amendment, Senate Bill 582. All members present, anyone voting no, anyone with reservation, recommendation adopted.
Okay, that was a bill that the admin needed. So what we'll probably do is try to gather all the bills related to Maui expenses and have one info briefing before we start to get. But that would probably be, I think we can try it for next week, Wednesday. Next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll try for that.
When's Friday?
No, Friday, we're gonna just try to
Just for us.
yeah, just try to have a caucus with the committee. Okay, next item, SB 2279. Recommendation, another short form bill is to pass with amendments, adopt the proposed SD1 and recommit back to Ways and Means.
SB 2279, all members present, anyone voting no, anyone with reservations, recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Sure.
Careful.